I honestly used to cry myself to sleep when I was the most sick. It wasn't always because of the pain exclusively, but because of the emotional exhaustion and grief that come along with this. Up until recently, and now that my preventative works really well, there was a lot of questioning whether I'd ever get back to even a bit of what society considers to be a normal life. Throughout this shadow and emotion work that I've had to face with this shift in identity, it's definitely come up again too. This loss and grief that comes from the fact that you no longer have what society considers a normal life. I don't even know what that means anymore. But because you don't fit into societal norms of what someone your age should be experiencing, it's a huge loss to process mentally. Because of that, emotions inevitably come up. I went through a period of time, this wasn't long ago, where I didn't know whether I would ever get back to even a sliver of what I had before I got sick. And with that came a grieving process. And eventually it led to acceptance of where I was. It took a lot of work, a lot of introspection, a lot of time, I would even say. And there was periods of times where the grieving process would repeat itself. And sometimes there still is. My preventative actually is doing really, really well right now. So I can actually do a lot. And it's actually gone past the point of realizing I really honestly didn't think I'd ever be able to do that again. I've said that to myself so much over the last couple of years in particular. And I don't say that to brag. I don't want people concluding that everybody can get to this position, because not everybody can. You may not find a preventative that works, and you may not be able to tolerate the medication. Whatever the reason why the preventative doesn't work, it's not important for this conversation. The reality is not everybody finds medication that helps them. People don't necessarily ever find a medication that works for them, whatever the reason might be. And so they may not have the opportunity to be in this position. And so I want to make it very clear that I am extremely, extremely fortunate, and I would even say lucky at this point, to be in this position.